Hello friends, welcome to our today's Spark session. In this series, we are learning about the basics of Apache Spark using a Scala language. In our last video, we saw what are all the types of RDD that is available, and we also had a small demo on that. If you have missed that video, I will give it in iCard. Please go ahead and watch it before moving on to this video. That being said, our today's use case is to get the length of each word from a text file that is being given and print the words that is having a length greater than or equal to 6. This use case has to be done only with the RDD, and we will not be using any data frame or data set. We are going to use IntelliJ IDE along with the Scala programming language to do this task. That being said, let us get started with our program. I had opened the IntelliJ IDE and I will show you the end-to-end development process, so don't skip this video and watch it fully. If you don't have a SBT IntelliJ setup ready, we have a video in our playlist. I will give the link in the description as well. Please go ahead and set it up on your own machine as well. Coming back, here we can create a new project, file, new, project, and I'm choosing Scala as a programming language and SBT as a build tool. I'm giving next. Here we are going to give a name as learn to Spark, and the SBT will be 1.4.3. We are not going to change it, but Scala version, if you had seen our setup, we used 2.11.12, so we are using that. I am changing it to 2.11.12 and I am giving a finish. Here it is asking me whether I need to stay with the new window or else this window. I am giving it as a new window. And here we can observe like there is some initialization of VM error. So this usually occurs when the heap size memory is very low. We can increase it by setting up it in a virtual environment parameter. So this is the command for that. I will be setting up this in file settings, and then here we have to choose build and execution deployment, build tools, SBT, and here you can find VM parameters, and in this VM parameters I am pasting the code that we copied and I am giving apply. OK. So this is the project folder structure and this is the build.sbt that we have. For now, since this is failed, it is showing in a red color. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh the dump again. After changing the VM setting, I have refreshed the dump. It will take a minute to complete. I will pause the video for now. We will come back once it is done. So you can find the dump got completed, and in this source directory under source main we have a Scala folder. Under this, let us create a new package which will be a base package for our upcoming videos as well. So here the common structure that we are going to follow is com dot learn spark dot demo. I have given it in such a way and I am giving it OK. This package structure is followed from the Java package structure, and from here I am creating a new Scala class. I mean, like, we need to create object. Let me change it here, and I am naming it as length count. I will give it as a length count and I will give a OK. So here you can find we are done with the .scala object creation, and another thing that we need to do is we need to edit our build.sbt. We need to add the library dependencies. We need to add two dependencies for now, which is a core and Spark SQL. I mean, like, Spark SQL is not needed. We need only Spark core, but since we are using Spark session, I am putting that as well. So let me copy paste it here. It is asking us whether we need to enable auto import. I am enabling it so that once the build.sbt got changed, it will automatically reflect the changes. Here you can find for now there is no libraries that is being downloaded. Once the dump completed, we can check. Again, I will pause the video for 2 minutes. Let this get completed. So you can find the build got completed, and now if we see the external package, we can find all the packages has been imported successfully. Let us start with the coding. So here as a first step, we have to import the package. Import org dot apache dot spark dot sql dot spark session. So this is the first package that we are going to import, and we need to create a main method. So I'm going to use the template directly, and let us initiate the Spark session. We will give master as local, and then another thing, app name. App name, let us give it as length count. And finally, I will give a create or get or create. So we have created the Spark variable, I mean the Spark session. And then let us create the Spark context as well. Since we are going to deal with the RDD, it will be better if you work with the Spark context itself. So I am giving a Spark context itself. For that, sc is equal to spark dot spark context. So we have created a Spark context as well. Let me set the log level as well. I will give it as off so that all the log informations will not be captured. Only the important info will be captured. And coming back to our main logic, I'm giving an input path. We have to give val. For now, I'm giving it as empty, and I'm creating a dummy variable out path. Still, I'm giving it as empty for now. And then let us start reading the file from input path. We are giving sc.text file, and I'm giving the input path. So we have created RDD1, and then our goal is to create our goal is to map this input RDD and split every word into a single line, and then calculate the number of length for each word, and then find the word with the length greater than or equal to 6. So this is our aim. So for that, let me give a map operation. RDD to 1 dot underscore dot split, and it will be splitted by space. So RDD2 is ready, and let us create RDD3. We will create it from RDD2, RDD2 dot, and here I will use the map operation to calculate the length of each and every line. So it will be x comma x dot length. It will be inside a bracket. So this is nothing but a paired RDD that we are creating, which is a key value pair. This will act as a key, and this will act as a value. So we are done with the RDD3. Now we are generating the RDD4, which will be a RDD3 dot. Here since we have calculated the length, now we need to filter it only for the length of RDD with the length greater than or equal to 6. For that, I am giving a case x comma y, and we have to say y should be greater than or equal to 6. should be within a bracket. Yeah. So let us print the RDD4. RDD4 is the required output that we are looking for. So let us print it. RDD4 dot collect dot for each inside println we have to give f. So we are done with the coding. Just have to give the input path alone, that is alone pending. For that, let us create a folder here itself. Let me create a directory and I will name it as input. And I will create a one more directory named output. Output we are not going to use it for now. We will use it in our upcoming sessions, just creating it. And inside input, let me create a text file. I am creating readme.txt. And here let us type so I have created some dummy text and let us give this path there. Let me give input slash readme.txt. So I have given everything. Now we are ready to run this job. Let us go ahead and run this. For that we can use it, like we can run this directly from here, or else we can use the add configuration, set up the application and run it. So I'm using this directly. I'm giving a run length count. So here you can find the build has started. It failed, and the reason for the failure is, okay, it is saying the system memory must be at least a minimum of level. So for that we have to go here to the configurations, edit configuration, and here in this VM option we have to add the change that we added initially. So I am copying that, I am pasting it here, and I am giving apply and OK. So now let me run it. Length run now. It is executing now. I hope it will go fine. Yes, it went fine. So the text that we have is, we have learned is channel for learning Spark, and here you can find what are all the lengths that is greater than 6 are being shown here, and the length which is less than 6 are omitted. So this is the way of coding, and here you can also find the improvement to the coding. Here we have hard coded many things like local mode, and then setting the parameter as off, and then the input parameter. So these things we have hard coded it. In our next video we will learn how to parameterize these things separately in a Spark Scala. So hope you enjoyed this video. Try this on your own machine and let me know if you face any issues while executing these commands. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked my content, please give a thumbs up signal to this video and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.